Hey everyone, this is Max from Octave Industries. I'm here today to give you a bit of an update on the channel and the future of Deciphering Metal Logos, among other things. And last time I tried to do this, I made it like way too formal and it was super dry and uninteresting. So this time I'm going to try just kind of voicing over a time lapse of me building my new computer. At the beginning of this year, my previous desktop computer failed. Or I should say the motherboard in particular failed, and we got a replacement for that, and that one failed too, so beginning to think it was my power supply all along, but that's a separate issue. Anyways, desktop computer was bricked. I was not in a position to buy a new computer, and so I ended up working off of my laptop for the vast majority of this year. Granted, it's a gaming laptop, so it has some power behind it, but it obviously can't pull the same kind of a weight as a desktop machine. The most important thing I wanted from this system is the ability to run the new versions of Premiere relatively smoothly, because I installed Premiere 2024 on my laptop and it did not like that at all. It was a miserable experience. So I was stuck editing in 2023, which also was not all that much faster. Thankfully, I have the 2025 version on this system and it runs like a charm. It's so good. It's so smooth. I'm sure you're all dying to know what exactly it is that I'm putting in this system, so I've got my specs pulled up on PC Part Picker right now. Starting with the processor, we have the AMD Ryzen 9 7900X. That is not the one I was originally going to go for, but it was $300 cheaper than the 7950X on Amazon, so it's a 4-core difference, but I figured I'd save some money for now. I can always upgrade down the road if I need to. On that, I have the Thermalright Peerless Assassin 120 SE, which I understand is one of the more popular coolers. You can see me installing it improperly here. Well, that's not entirely true. I installed the fans improperly, but just ignore that. The motherboard I have, you can see the box right there, is the Gigabyte B50 Aorus Elite AX, which I wasn't too enthused about when I saw it online. I was originally going to go with another one that, upon further investigation, I realized did not have very good reviews. So I was like, okay, I'll go with this other one that's much more consistently rated. I was more concerned with how it looked, actually, probably more so than I needed to be, but in person, it's a very nice looking board. I think the contrast in the images that they posted online is a little bit too high, so it makes all like the gray accents on it stand out way too much and it looks kind of ugly, but in person it's nice. As for the memory, I have two 32 gigabyte sticks of G.Skill Ripjaws S5 DDR5 6000 memory. I have a 1 terabyte Crucial E3 NVMe solid state drive. I'm not sure how many of these alphanumeric designations I need to read off for you guys to understand what I'm talking about, but for the power supply, I've got the Be Quiet Pure Power 12M 850 watt fully modular ATX power supply. The case, which you can now see on the screen, is the Lianli LanCool 206. I put a lot of time into finding a case that I liked, and I don't know, this one's not like spectacular, but it checks all the boxes for what I was looking for in terms of looks and functionality. So, and one of the main reasons I got this case is because it's airflow focused, so it has a mesh front as opposed to like a tempered glass or solid whatever, because I'm more concerned about this being able to perform well than looking good. Maybe somewhere down the line I'll build a computer that looks good, but for now I'm just concerned about functionality. So there's one component that I haven't mentioned yet that I'm sure you're all dying to know about, and that is the graphics card. Now, in just a moment here, you'll see me take the side panel off of my old computer build in the back and remove the 980 Ti that's in there and put it in the new system. So that's what's in here right now, and it's kind of just a working solution. What I was hoping to do for this system, since all of the components are like top of the line, like pretty much newest things on the market, I was hoping to get a 4080 Super to complement that. Now that's not exactly in my price range right now, but I'm going to give all of you an opportunity to change that with the GoFundMe link that I set up that you can find in the description. For those of you who are enjoying the Deciphering Metal Logos series, you want to see more of me, more of not just the Deciphering Metal Logos series, but more metal related content and more design related content in general, this would be a great way to support the future of not only Deciphering Metal Logos, but the future of Octave Industries in general. So if you do have the ability and the willingness to do so, I would greatly appreciate your contributions to this card. If we don't meet the mark on that for whatever reason, then I'm also willing to look into a refurbished, 3090 that, if available at the previous price point, would be a much cheaper option. If you want to support Octave Industries and you can't do so right now for whatever reason, don't worry, because there's going to be plenty of opportunities to do so in the future between a relatively substantial merch shop that I'm in the process of setting up, as well as memberships for the channel and super chats or comments or whatever you want to call them. Membership in particular, I'm not super sure on just yet, but I will withhold that from the public until I have a pretty concrete plan for like what you're actually going to get in exchange for the membership. So obviously an upgraded graphics card would give me all sorts of opportunities for content creation, but the main one I've been thinking about is streaming. Live streaming is something I was previously opposed to, but I think I've gotten more comfortable talking in front of a camera, and I think it would be really fun to interface with all of you on a more personal level, I suppose. This is an aside. At this point in the video, I called up my buddy who was helping me out with the computer build in the first place, and he's kind of giving me some pointers as I walk around my computer with Discord running, showing him what's going on. What was I saying? Streaming. So I haven't considered streaming, or I didn't want to do streaming previously. Now I do. And I'm thinking there's a whole bunch of opportunities there for different kinds of streams. I was thinking I could do like a metal logo design stream, because I do that much more often now. I don't know about live interviews. Interviews are something that I have planned down the road, but I don't know exactly what format they'll take just yet. And then I'd also like to do just some casual like gaming streams. I don't know how interested all of you would be in that, but I do play quite a fair number of different games, whether it's Elden Ring or Risk of Rain or good old Minecraft or Terraria, stuff like that. Hollow Knight, obviously that's somewhere in the future. I'll have to plan out a schedule, but that'll be a much more casual thing, probably on like Fridays, that you're just welcome to swing by and hang out in. Other than that, I should probably explain that the conclusion of the first season of Deciphering Metal Logos, I mean, it's kind of like artificially assigned. I can end this series or end this season whenever, but I figured episode 50 would be a good opportunity to do so. Not only because of the logo I'm going to be covering, but also just because of some things I've wanted to do with the channel. I feel when I started this channel out, I did not have any intention of it becoming just for metal logos, and obviously that's kind of the road it went down. I don't have a problem with that necessarily, but I do want to be able to post all kinds of different content that I had in mind originally, which includes anything from art project documentation from my time at art school to interviews with artists and designers like I was mentioning earlier, to tutorials, current project documentation, video essays, all sorts of stuff. So you're going to start seeing not only the content on my YouTube channel, but also on my Instagram shift around a little bit. And again, I thought the conclusion of the Deciphering Metal Logos Season 1 would be a good opportunity for me to do that. I'm sure some of you are just here for the Deciphering Metal Logos stuff, and I can totally understand if you're like, nah, I'm not really interested in the direction this channel is heading, I'm going to hop off. But for those of you who are interested in more of what I have planned for this channel, then I encourage you to stick around, because I think there's a lot to look forward to. With all that said, we got the build coming to a close here. I did not mention that I actually had to remove my CPU cooler after installing it the first time, which I was not especially happy about, because I realized that what was indicated to be like the main M.2 drive on the board was like right under it. The cooler is freaking massive, actually, and it's like barely clearing the RAM sticks that are in there right now and barely clearing the back of the motherboard. So anyways, I had to remove it to put in the M.2 drive, which was not fun. I think that covers just about everything I wanted to touch on in this video. I'd be happy to do some more stuff like this in the future when it comes time to give you guys more updates on the channel. Again, I've left a link to the GoFundMe page that I created for the graphics card that I'm hoping to purchase in the description of this video. Your support of this channel is appreciated in any form it may take, but that is one thing that I could really use your help with right now, and it would be immensely appreciated. If you do happen to have any questions on what I brought up in this video, or what I'm going to be doing with this channel, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around here again soon. Take care.